All right, best actor in a supporting role. Jay, what do you got?
All right, I'll go ahead and knock out my top 3 nominees here, which are sort of chalk. I've got Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, Ryan Gosling for Barbie, and Charles Melton for May December, who I'm sure will get a lot of play over the course of this award season. And my final 2 are Holt McElhaney in The Iron Claw.
That's a good one.
Just gives like a great, powerful performance as this kind of domineering father figure. And then kind of on the opposite end, as far as playing a cartoon character, I have Chris Messina in Air, who is just entertaining for every single second he is on screen, playing just the most obnoxious sports agent you've ever seen in your life. So that's my 5, but my winner is going to be Ryan Gosling in Barbie. He is so unbelievably funny in that movie. And I rewatched that movie on New Year's morning with a dull headache, and just had a ball with it. And again, it's all the small stuff he does, like shaking his tassels when he gets his little cowboy outfit on, and just his delivery of all these lines about
sublime
horses and
Mojo Dojo Casa House.
Mojo Dojo Casa House. That movie is the best thing that movie has going for it is how hard its actors commit to the bit and just how committed they are to the work that they have. And Gosling and Robbie both accentuate that to the fullest.
Yeah.
But it's almost Gosling has an easier job and thus easier to like score a 100 on the test because he's not asked to deliver all of the emotion that Robbie has to at all points. So if you just look at like, hey, here's 15 slam dunks, do your best. Gosling just slams them home with the force of 1,000 gods at every instant. So for me, it's just like, based on what he was asked to do, he scored a 110% on the test. And so he is my winner.
I love the way he promoted the movie and promoted the character of Ken leading up to the movie. Just saying things like, this Ken guy, like he's going through some stuff. Yeah. It's just like he's almost got that same kind of quirky sense of humor in real life that I just can't help but give Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, he's so good on a press tour. He's so good that he almost convinces you occasionally that Simu Liu is like a viable star, viable Hollywood presence.
If we're ranking our favorite actors and actresses that we just love to simply grab a drink with, Ryan Gosling is topping that list for me.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. He seems great. He's so good at comedy. It's not fair that somebody can be that good of an actor, that funny, and that good looking. It's cruel.
I know.
He's a nice guy.
Mm-hmm. Nice guy.
Yeah, okay, we get it. Ryan Gosling's great. We have a Ryan here, and it's
this Ryan's pretty cool too.
Yeah, this
we're
one's
not comparing Ryan.
I mean, I'm better, but it's fine. No, Gosling's great, and it's I mean, I don't think he's as revolutionary as some people think he is because this is like the first time people have ever seen comedic performance from him. Watch The Nice Guys, for Christ's sake. Or
I agree with you there. I'm not giving it the
no. I'm not saying you, Jay.
But
no, Jay. I'm not saying you. I think some people have taken this
Nice
performance
Guys
to his
freaking rules,
and he is extraordinary in that movie. And I think that this is they're like he's never done comedy before, and I'm like, no, he has, and he's done it really well throughout his career. But he's very, very good in Barbie. That's not a slap at Jay giving that award. It's just the ding dongs. Anyway, my best supporting actor nominees are John Magaro for Past Lives, Charles Melton for May December. This no name actor who did a performance in Killers of the Flower Moon, Robert De Niro. That guy, whatever. Never has done anything. Hopefully it works out for him. Ben Whishaw in Passages. I think it's phenomenal. And I'm going all the way with it. I'm going to do it. Donnie Yen for John Wick Chapter 4.
He was my 6, Ryan.
Let's just do it. Let's just say it. That
He's
was
so
a
good in that
phenomenal performance.
That is a good one.
And elevated really that Chapter 4 to a whole nother level. And it's because of him going toe to toe with Keanu and everything. Absolutely having a ball. I usually always throw a curveball in there for you guys, just a performance that I absolutely love. And and that is maybe off the beaten path, and that was definitely it. But my winner here is Charles Melton for May December, and it has been ever since I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going on. I've gone on the record. It's my quote is all over town. And I'm
You
currently
can't
recording
backtrack,
this.
even
I
if you
can't
wanted
backtrack
to.
from saying it. I think Charles Melton delivered not just the best supporting actor performance. I think he delivered the best performance of the year by any other actor.
I remember you saying that. Yeah.
And I think that he is absolutely phenomenal in it. I have a lot to say about May December, but if you want an exercise, if you want to take the comedy out of it and everything, just watch that film through Joe's eyes and only take notes and study it through what Charles Melton is doing. It is absolutely horrifying, heartbreaking, and brilliant. Brilliant work by Charles Melton. And it's all in that physical performance. It's all sheltered in and everything. And as he's sort of blossoming out of it because of Elizabeth's arrival and with his wife and everything as well, by Gracie's sort of unbalance in there, he's blossoming. And we then again see this vulnerable man-child have to confront his past. And what Melton does there is absolutely astonishing. I've not quite seen a performance like this in a long, long time. And yeah, it breaks my heart every time I watch it. And there's nobody else. Nobody else could have got this award for me.
He's a nominee for me for those exact reasons as well. I also have Jamie Bell for All of Us Strangers, Milo Mercado Granier for Anatomy of a Fall. I'll echo Jay with one of his nominees, Holt McCallany for The Iron Claw, and Dominic Sessa for The Holdovers is my fifth nominee here. I'll just simply echo Ryan. I will agree. I do think Charles Melton is the best performance in the supporting actor category as well. And you make a great point, Ryan, that there's something very physical about his performance that's not physical in the traditional sense, but like without him ever even speaking, you can get a sense of insecurity in him. It's like it's the way he hunches his shoulders, has certain gestures, moves a certain way. The fact that his posture is even kind of off, like there are little ticks about his performance that really showcase that man-childness, if you want to call it that insecurity and everything. And I think for those reasons, just given how complex the character is on the page, I think Milton arguably had the most difficult task of anyone here. And he's really up to the challenge for sure, really needing to navigate and kind of formulate one of the most complex characters of the year as well. Because there's so much that had to be defined in performance in order to really articulate those things. And he's certainly up to the challenge for sure. I think it really is great work. So, yep, I'll agree with Ryan on this one. I think it is
and
my
going
favorite
up against
performance
Julianne Moore and Natalie Portman. Good grief.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Goes toe-to-toe with two of the best.
Yeah.
Absolutely delivers. I love Melton as well. He's a nominee for me. I also have Ryan Gosling for Barbie. I'm completely with you, Jay. Love his performance there. I have Ben Whishaw for Passages, Milo Mercado Granier for Anatomy of a Fall, and my last nominee is Jamie Bell for All of Us Strangers. And look, I love Charles Melton. He is great. But there is no performance that knocked me down than what Jamie Bell does in All of Us Strangers. Incredibly moving performance.
Have been my number 2 in this category.
I absolutely love what he does here. I talked earlier about Andrew Higgs' writing, and the writing is stellar for all the reasons I noted earlier. You think of a line, as we've seen countless times on social media, "I'm sorry I never came into your room when you were crying."
Yeah.
In context of that conversation, it is emotionally blistering, but the line haunts me not because of just what's there on the page. It is powerful because of how Jamie Bell delivers it in his performance, the way he articulates it. It's the quivering in his voice, the genuine sense of sadness he exhibits is profoundly moving in a moment like that. Or even right before we get to that line, what I also love about the performance, because there's the line from Adam where he says, I had good memories of you as well. And when he says that, there's a shot to Jamie Bell, and he struggles to receive that kindness from Adam. he looks away. Like he has to put his head in his hands. Like it's those little gestures throughout this film that I love as well. Or when Adam notes, I always thought of you with the Christmas tree. You always love putting up the Christmas tree, and you get this interesting little smile from Jamie Bell in the moment as well. Like what he does in terms of tapping into the power of that moment. Again, what's there on the page is excellent, but that performance takes the words and transcends it to a completely new stratosphere. It is an unbelievable moment. I love Andrew Scott as well. He's great in this film. But Jamie Bell and how he responds to Adam in those moments absolutely took my breath away. I think of the moment later on around the Christmas scene and what he's doing there. And there's, of course, the cafe moment that you get at the end as well. And you just see that emotion well up in this incredibly authentic and genuine way for a character in that situation, knowing what he was going to have to ask Adam, let alone the closure of it, but that question he has to ask. And again, the way he delivers it is just mesmerizing to me. Absolutely knocked me down. Love that performance. I don't know if it's the best performance of the year, but it is unquestionably my favorite performance of 2023.
Is
Jamie
your voice
Bell, All of a
breaking a
Stranger.
little bit there?
Maybe.
Yeah, I could tell you love this performance. I think it is genuinely great. I understand why you feel that way, and I don't disagree at all. In fact, like I know Andrew Scott is getting a lot of the love from a awards standpoint when it comes to this film, and I do think it's sad that Jamie Bell is getting sort of forgotten. He does give my favorite performance in the film.
All four of them should get attention.
They're all great.
All
Yeah, all
four
four.
of those performances in All of Us Strangers are immaculate.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're all very good.
Absolutely. Jamie Bell, one of my faves. Definitely my favorite of the year.